Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, we have seen William Ruto advancing his fight, his threat, his intimidation toward the judiciary. And Ruto is not really coming out to expose any of the allegations that he's talking about to do with the corruption, judges being bribed and all those. But then, when one man speaks, he ends up exposing William Ruto, his regime, and Kenya Kwanza at large. So once we give Gachagwa a microphone, Gachagwa tells the truth, maybe knowingly or unknowingly. So when the war is still going on, there is a statement that Gachagwa talked about in reaction to what Ruto is pushing for, which has ended up exposing the reality that Ruto thought about and maybe anticipated for. And according to Gachagwa, 1 hour after Ruto came from Kasarani, that means after taking the oath of office, he gazetted the judges that had been refused to take their position by the previous regime ya Uhuru Kenyatta. So kitu ya kwanza Ruto alikuja akafanya gazette. Then later, according to Gachagwa, Ruto decided to add the judges more money, that's more fund, from 18 billion to 22 billion. He gave them money. Now, after doing all this, anything that William Ruto's government has brought, it has been shut down by these judges. But Ruto has said nothing. He has remained silent. Now they want to stop affordable housing. Oh, menyamaza. I listened to Gachagwa, then I asked myself a question. What is Gachagwa telling us? Does he mean that whatever Ruto was doing, he had an intention of getting some favors from judiciary? That I swear you in, then I get favors from you. That I add money to you in your budget, then reciprocate should be a favor in my interest. Gachagwa anamaanisha nini? Because that is the obvious interpretation that we are having. Listen to him shortly.
1 hour after you came from Kasarani, you gazetted the judges who had been refused to take their positions by the previous administration. Kutoka hapo, ukawaongeza pesa from 18 billion to 22. You have never interfered with what goes in court. Mambo yote ya serikali yako imeletwa, wameangusha. Hujaongea, umenyamaza. We are asking these judges, they are part of Kenya. Hii housing mnasimamisha. Hii vijana hawa mnataka waenda wapi?
Now we are continuing this panel discussion, but just a quick request. For those who are watching and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much. And by the way, before I forget, we have a program we are running here to raise funds to make sure that Martin Agalomba is going back to school. This is a kid coming from a single parent family, but unfortunately they ended up losing their own dad, the sole breadwinner of the family. Now they have been left, and we have a sister who is just 3 years different, who has now to struggle, put food on table, try to get something so that the young brother can go back to school and pursue his high school education. It is very hard. They are in a very needy situation. I shared the story in our previous videos. You can go and watch them. And therefore, we have been asking for well-wishers to help us raise 40,000 so that Agalomba can go back to school. And in their school, they have the boarding section and day section. That's St. Mark Orthodox Chavugere Secondary School. And we thought in our wisdom that boarding section is better for him because he will have humble time for better studies to avoid other problems at home, because now food, then power, that is electricity, all that. So being in school, it will provide them with a better environment for learning. Aweke mawazo pamoja. We have been able to raise 37,000 because you contributed. We are less with the 3,000, but then I also discovered that he need a shopping, he need mattress, blanket, bed sheet, soap, and all those. They don't have money. So we're just asking for more help so that we can raise the remaining 3,000. And if something will be added into that, then we'll go for the shopping for the school. And I think in that way, we will be doing the Lord's job. I want to thank everyone who has already contributed. And I had already read the names. I'm just reading one name because I don't want to disclose your identity. Just to appreciate all of you. So I'm still requesting that you can send your help through 0708340092. 0708340092. The name is Charles Inangungwa. Thank you so much. Let us go back to our discussion. You know, when you listen to Gachagwa, you see ignorance. That Uhuru refused to appoint you to office. But now Ruto came in and he gazetted you. Uhuru had his own reasons. Because there is intelligence, he had information about those judges, and he had issues with them. Ruto did not have issues with them. But according to Gachagwa interpretation, it's like Ruto was doing so because he was looking for some favors from the judiciary. That I have worked in your interest, please reciprocate. That is the interpretation of this. Ama tuseme nini kuhusu haya? Tasemaje? I have delivered for you. Now in the near future, no matter when I'm breaking the law or when I'm doing the right thing, I need your favor. So he had an intention. Ruto was not working in the interest of Kenyans, but his own interest to get some favors from the judiciary. That was what informed his appointment or gazetting of those judges. He's saying that Uhuru was giving 18 billion shillings. Now Ruto is giving 22 billion shillings. That means Ruto has added 4 billion. He was not doing so because the law says so. He was not doing so in the interest of Kenyans, but because of his own personal interest. Gachagwa has confirmed this live on camera. So yale yote yenye Ruto alikuwa anafanya kwa judiciary, akienda huko mikutano, when I come to the judiciary, it was because he was looking for friendship of favorism, even when he's breaking the law. You can just have good friendship and do the right thing. But he yake ni a favorism so that they can be allowed to break the law. Now the court is saying no. They are mad. And Ruto is making too much noise. We are asking obvious questions here that you are doing affordable housing, and we have seen you, Ruto, saying that the material that will be used for construction of these houses will be free taxed. That means they are buying cheap materials. They don't pay taxes. I will not mention the company. But what one iron sheet was going for 2,000 shillings. Then I discovered, out of the 2,000 shillings, 500 was taxes. Inamaanisha, when they are buying such material, imagine they are saving 500 per every iron sheet. Chuma yoyote ambayo itanunuliwa, ikuwe simiti, ikuwe nini, haitapigwa tax. Then they are getting free land because you go to county government and you force the government to give land for free. On addition to this, they get free money because you've taxed Kenyans 1.5% of their salary. But the fact now comes out that these house units are going for much higher expensive price compared to other private developers. Why? Mbona upige Wakenya ushuru? Sasa koti inasema kwamba kama ni ushuru watu wote wapigwe, isikuwe ni watu fulani wanapigwa na sio wengine wanatozwa huo ushuru. They are stopping this issue of affordable housing. Ruto is mad. Gachagwa is exposing him. Hizi nyumba mbona ziuzwe bei kali hivi? Material imekuwa haijapigwa ushuru. Umechukua shamba la bure. Wakenya wale wameandikwa kazi wanalipwa 1.5% kwa mshahara yao inalipwa hapa. Mbona ziuzwe expensive? They should be less than a half what the private developers are selling. Maswali mengi tu. But above all, what Gachagwa is talking about. Favorism. So Ruto is mad because he had an interest that the court is going to favor him, rule in his favor. Judgment should not consider the law, but his interest. That is what Gachagwa has told us on camera. Waliwapea pesa wakitarajia ya kwamba watafanya uamuzi ambao utakuwa ni sawa na sambamba na mipango ya Ruto na sio kulingana na sheria za Kenya. Ndio maana waliwaongeza mishahara, sio mishahara, pesa, na hizi pesa zinafanya maendeleo kwa koti, kulipa mishahara, ujenzi wa makoti, ni makoti, ujenzi wa koti na mambo mengine. So they wanted some favors. Now they are mad because there's no these favors. We are lost as a country. If this is how Kenya Kwanza want to govern this country, that in everything you do, you anticipate some favors. That even when you break law, no one should question you. It is wrong. It should never happen. So it confirms Ruto was not genuine in his decision. His wisdom is questionable on why he made this appointment and why he gave this money to the judiciary. Why should you use taxpayers' money to bribe judiciary? Now you're telling us that you don't have a budget for bribing judges. Why? That's how ndio viongozi wa Kenya Kwanza. That they were not supposed to stop anything from Ruto. Petition. Haijalishi hata kama wanavunja sheria. Just because he appointed judges. Just because he increased the judiciary budget. This is too long. These people sound like sick in their mind. Now you know their character and why they are mad.